Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 5th and ending Friday the 9th of February 2018. Hope you had a good week. It was a fun week. Markets got hit pretty hard and some good volatility finally. A lot of things that we've been looking for finally happening here. So let's take a look at it. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form, which is the proper way to look at the market, and it came back hard this week and started probably late last week on Friday. Wait, 1, 2, 3. No, it was all this week. So a pretty decent hit to the market. That static trend line, the red line, will be the first target, but we'll see what happens beyond that. Let's go through some of the key numbers and see what happened this week. So crude oil, actually, and it's almost got a 13 sell signal here, but it was actually down on Friday, down 72 cents to 65.07. Remember, crude oil has been on the rise. Gold down 14.80 and has a 13 sell signal in place currently. The S&P lost basically 60 points, 59.85 after gapping down. We've left two gaps behind in this move down, so they're pulling the rug out. NASDAQ 100 down 141.21. Again, the static trend line here after crossing 7,000. The static trend line is at 6,400, so that's a decent pullback. We'll see what happens there. SOX down 37. So this had just finally gotten to new highs recently and then has already given that back. Biotech, same deal, had finally gotten to new highs for the first time since October and already given it back down 60.75 on Friday alone. The VIX, our friend the VIX, look at this, the highest reading in almost a year. Got almost 18, closed at 17.16. Nice big move up for the VIX, and of course the VXX, I'll just pull that real quick, also going with it, back up to 32.92. Trend closed at 1.51. That's a high reading on the trend. Remember, we had a brief sell signal about 2 weeks ago on the trend with the 10-day moving average going under 0.85, but now it's back to 0.97. NASDAQ volume, the heaviest we've seen in a while, 2.6 billion shares on Friday on the big sell-off. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ wasn't as bad as you'd think, only negative 548. That means 548 more stocks down than up. But on the New York, look at this, worst of the year, down 2,443. That's energy, that's everything. Way more stocks down than up. It's about as bad as you can get breath on the NASDAQ, on the New York side. Google down $62.39. Let's look at some of the big ones here. Apple down $7.28. They're pulling the rug on some of these tech stocks finally. Amazon was actually up anyways. It gapped up. But remember, here's the key on Amazon. There's a 13 sell signal in place from Wednesday, and it's been playing under the risk line of that still. So, even though it was up with the news, it's still under that sell signal risk line. So there's some issues there if Amazon starts to come in along with the rest of these. Netflix managed to gain $2.36. Tesla down $5.50. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down $1.12. Goldman Sachs down $12.19 on the session. Dow Jones Industrial Average, here's one, loses 665 points. Ouch. Remember, things go down a lot faster than they come up. Let's take a look at the intra-week action. We'll switch this to 10-minute candles on the ES so we can see what happened. So you can see last Friday's close to Monday's open. A small gap down. We actually never filled it, but it wasn't much of a day. Tuesday, gap down bigger. Never filled that and was pretty sideways, a little bit lower by the end. Wednesday, small gap up. That filled and closed about even for the day. Thursday, small gap down that filled and ended up closing about even. And then Friday, boom, they just pulled the rug, gap down and sold off. NASDAQ side, about the same. So it was from Thursday noon until Friday that the big sell-off came in the markets. And again, with the VIX on the rise, we'll see. Is this turning into something a little bit bigger? This is what the beginnings look like of these pullbacks and the big, we'll call it even crashes. All right, in terms of economic data coming out this week, I'm going to switch this back to 5-minute charts, including, let's take a look at what's coming out in the week ahead and sort of roadmap what we're going to need to be aware of, although I think it's not going to be about the data. Monday, 9:45, final services PMI, 10 o'clock non-manufacturing PMI. Tuesday, trade balance, an hour before the bell, job openings, 30 minutes in, some point in time, the IBD tip economic optimism number. Wednesday, we've got crude oil inventories, 10-year bond auction, consumer credit. Thursday, the weekly unemployment claims, the weekly natty gas, the 30-year bond auction, and Friday, the final wholesale inventory. So realistically speaking, the only big number in there is the trade balance number. So it's not going to be the data this week that's going to drive us. It's just going to be anything else that's going on. That's it. Charts as usual brought to you by. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.